Once upon a time, long after the great flood that swept across the earth, Noah's Ark found itself adrift once more. The Ark, now a legendary relic of salvation, was thought to be resting safely upon Mount Ararat. But one night, a strange celestial event occurred. The moon glowed blood red, and the stars seemed to fall from the sky like raindrops. As if stirred by ancient magic, the Ark began to move again, carried by invisible hands. Inside, Noah and his family were awakened from their peaceful slumber. They had long since disembarked from the Ark after the floodwaters receded and had returned to normal lives. But now, the creaking wood and the gentle sway reminded them of the harrowing journey they had once undertaken. Noah, now older but still filled with wisdom, approached the helm. "It seems the Ark has been called into service once more," he said, his voice filled with reverence. His wife, Naamah, and their sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth gathered around him. Their children, wide-eyed and curious, clung to their mother's skirts. "But why, father?" asked Japheth, who had grown into a strong and thoughtful man. Noah gazed out at the night sky. "Perhaps it is not for us to question. The world is vast. Though we have seen much, there are still mysteries that we cannot fathom." And so the Ark sailed on, guided by an unseen force. Days turned into nights, and nights into weeks, until finally, they found themselves approaching a vast and dense jungle. The once familiar landscapes of rolling hills and open plains had been replaced by a lush, vibrant forest. The jungle teemed with life, its towering trees swaying in the breeze, and the sounds of birds, insects, and animals filling the air. The Ark came to rest at the edge of a mighty river that wound through the heart of the jungle. Noah and his family disembarked, marveling at the beauty around them. Air was thick with humidity, and the scent of exotic flowers mingled with the earthy aroma of damp soil. But there was something more. As they ventured further into the jungle, they began to notice signs of distress among the animals. Monkeys chattered nervously in the trees, while elephants trumpeted with unease. Even the birds, usually vibrant and full of song, flitted about in silence. Noah's brow furrowed with concern. "Something is amiss here," he said quietly. "The animals are not at peace." As Noah and his family explored the jungle, they came upon a massive clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient tree, its roots twisting deep into the earth, and its branches stretching high into the sky. It was the tallest tree in the jungle, and it seemed to hum with an otherworldly energy. Gathered beneath the tree were the animals of the jungle. They were unlike the pairs of animals Noah had once sheltered on the Ark. These creatures had lived their entire lives in the jungle, and they were wild and untamed. Yet, there was something familiar about them, a sense of kinship that transcended species. At the foot of the tree stood a regal lion, its golden mane shimmering in the dappled sunlight. Beside him was a wise old elephant, her tusks long and curved with age, a rainbow-colored parrot perched on a low-hanging branch, her eyes sharp and intelligent. They were the leaders of the jungle, the guardians of the ancient tree. The lion stepped forward and spoke in a deep, resonant voice. "Noah, the chosen one, we have awaited your arrival." Noah stepped forward, his heart filled with both awe and trepidation. "I am honored to be in your presence, great guardians of the jungle, but I do not understand why I have been brought here." The elephant's eyes gleamed with sorrow. "The jungle is in danger," she said. "The balance of life that we have protected for centuries is unraveling. A great darkness has begun to spread, and it threatens to consume all that we hold dear." The parrot flapped her wings and let out a sharp cry. "The darkness comes from within, from creatures that do not belong in this jungle. They are invaders, bringing destruction and chaos." Noah's heart sank. He had seen such darkness before. During the time of the flood, he knew that when the balance of the world was threatened, great destruction could follow. "Tell me what I can do to help," he said earnestly. The lion's gaze softened. "You are the one who brought peace to the animals of the world once before. We believe that you can help us restore the balance here. But this will not be an easy task. The invaders are cunning, and they have already taken hold of many parts of the jungle." Noah nodded solemnly. "I will do whatever I can, but I cannot do this alone. My family and I are but humans, and we are not equipped to navigate the dangers of the jungle." The elephant lifted her trunk and trumpeted softly. "You will not be alone, Noah. We will help you." Creatures of the jungle will guide and protect you, just as you once protected the animals on your ark." With that, the animals began to disperse, each returning to their homes in the jungle. But Noah knew that they would be watching, waiting for the moment when they would be called upon to aid in the restoration of balance. As the days passed, Noah and his family began to learn more about the invaders that had disrupted the harmony of the jungle. They were creatures unlike any Noah had ever seen before. Giant serpents with scales as black as night, and birds with wings made of shadows. These creatures did not belong to the natural order of the jungle. They came from another realm, a place of darkness and despair. Creatures had established a stronghold deep within the jungle where the sunlight could not reach. They had taken control of the land, driving out the native animals and poisoning the rivers and streams. The once vibrant jungle was slowly dying, its lush greenery wilting under the influence of the invaders. Noah and his family, along with their animal companions, set out on a journey to confront the darkness. They were guided by the jungle's guardians, the lion, the elephant, and the parrot, who led them through treacherous terrain and across raging rivers. The jungle seemed to come alive around them, its trees and vines offering protection from the shadows that lurked in the darkness. But the closer they got to the stronghold, the more dangerous their journey became. The invaders had set traps along the way, pits filled with venomous snakes, thorny vines that lashed out like whips, and thick fogs that disoriented even the most seasoned traveler. One evening, as they made camp by a small, bubbling stream, Noah's youngest son, Japheth, spoke up. "Father, why do these creatures seek to destroy the jungle? What do they gain from spreading darkness?" Noah gazed into the fire, his face illuminated by the flickering flames. "There are forces in this world that thrive on chaos and destruction. They seek to corrupt and consume all that is good and pure. The jungle represents life in its most vibrant form, and that is why they have come here, to snuff out that life and replace it with their own twisted vision." Japheth furrowed his brow, deep in thought. "But how can we fight against something so powerful?" Noah smiled gently and placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "We fight with love, with courage, and with unity. The jungle is not just a place. It is a living, breathing entity. And as long as we stand together with the creatures of the jungle, we can overcome the darkness." The day of reckoning came sooner than they had anticipated. As they approached the heart of the jungle, they saw the invaders' stronghold looming before them, a massive fortress of black stone, surrounded by a swirling cloud of darkness. The guardians of the jungle stood at the forefront of the group, their eyes blazing with determination. The lion let out a mighty roar that echoed through the trees, and the elephant trumpeted in response. The parrot flew high above, her colorful wings cutting through the shadows like a beacon of hope. Noah and his family stood ready, armed with nothing but their faith and their love for the jungle. The animals of the jungle, from the smallest insects to the largest predators, gathered around them, united in their desire to protect their home. The battle that followed was fierce and brutal. The invaders fought with ruthless cunning, using their dark powers to summon storms of black lightning and rivers of poison. But the creatures of the jungle were not easily defeated. They fought with all their strength, their love for their home, giving them the power to stand against the darkness. Noah and his family fought alongside the animals, using their knowledge of the land to outwit the invaders. Shem, Ham, and Japheth worked together to set traps and create barriers to slow the invaders' advance. Al-Nama tended to the wounded and provided comfort to those who were afraid. As the battle raged on, Noah found himself face to face with the leader of the invaders, a massive serpent,